Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah Jane. I am a professional PR practitioner in DC and I make videos on wedding planning, grad school at Georgetown, and personal finances. So if that sort of content interests you, then be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe because it really helps support my channel. So today is a May reset, which means that I am going to take a look at the goals that I made in the month of April, to see how I did in accomplishing any of my goals, and then make goals for the month of May. So I am first going to take a second and look at April and get back to you. All right, we're back. So looking at the month of April, in the health and wellness section, my goals were to work out 3 days a week, and the other one was to lose 1 pound a week. So I got COVID in the beginning of April, and I had really bad side effects for about 2 weeks. So I did not work out during that time. However, after I finally felt better, last week I signed up for Orange Theory, and it has caused me to force myself to go to the gym 2 days a week with them, and it's a really good high intensity workout. So technically I didn't really do this, but moving forward I will be doing it. So, and I don't want to hold having COVID against myself, so I'm giving myself that check because I actually kind of went above and beyond. I signed up for, like, you know, a high intensity fitness class. Second goal was to lose 1 pound a week. This kind of fluctuated, my weight fluctuated a lot actually in the month of April because of COVID and not really being able to move my body that much. So I'm actually closing out the month the exact same weight at the beginning of the month, but if, like, you look at the scale, my weight is like all over the place. So I didn't gain any weight, but I also didn't lose any from the beginning to the end of the month. So I'm not checking that off. Next is personal and professional goals. Read 10 pages a day. I was really strong about that at the beginning of COVID because obviously I didn't have much else to do, but I'm now in finals for Georgetown, and it has just completely taken the back burner. A lot of things have taken the back burner right now because of school and work and wedding planning, so reading has been one of those. But I did finish a book this month, which is more than I've done in other months, so I am proud of that. And then the other one was to upload 2 videos a week, which I did do that on YouTube. Okay, so now financial goals. I had 2 financial goals. That was to reconfigure the wedding cash flow, and the second one was to replenish the emergency fund. So essentially what happened is one of the vendors that we booked for our engagement party required all cash through a wire transfer, which we had not been anticipating. So we normally charge things on our credit card so we can get the points, and then we pay it off at the end of the month. Since it was in the reverse order, we ended up having to use some of our sinking funds to pay in cash up front, and and it's a lot of money. It was like thousands of dollars. So I think we depleted 3 different sinking funds to include the emergency fund. So in the month of April, that was at the beginning of the month. Yeah, so throughout the month of April, the goal was to replenish the emergency fund, which we did, and reconfigure the wedding cash flow, which means that we wanted to replenish all the sinking funds and then start saving again for the wedding, which we did. We did both of those financial goals, which I'm really happy about. Last but not least is the wedding planning section. And this has the most goals in it because there's so much to do with wedding planning. And so let's just go ahead and get into it. First, I wanted to finalize a videographer. I did end up doing that. I remember doing this at the beginning of April. I looked at the recommendations that both my photographer and my wedding planner sent me, and there was a lot of really good options in the area. I really struggled with this because as someone who works in media, I have really high standards for what a photographer and videographer should bring to the table. I don't think I'm like a lot of other people who are willing to go with maybe a more affordable option because they're not familiar with the industry. I'm very familiar with the industry. I have incredibly high standards, so it was really hard to finalize a videographer for me, but I did, and I'm really, really excited to work with them. I think they're gonna do a really great job. Next was to research entertainment. Now, I punted this responsibility to Trey, which is my fiance. He was not doing too hot, and then I finally he wasn't doing hot on it because there are so many options. It's definitely option overload. And finally, I really pushed him near the end of the month. I said, hey, like, we need to finalize this. Like, in talking with other people who are getting married, the entertainment is something they actually usually book first or second, and they like schedule their whole wedding around the entertainment that they want, which I was like, wow, we haven't done that. So we have narrowed it down to 3 bands, which I'm really excited about. There are 3 really good options, and they all bring something different to the table. So in the month of May, which we'll get into that in a little bit, I think we will finalize it, but we did research, which was what the goal had been for this month. Next was to send out engagement party invites, which we did. We needed to figure out engagement party rentals. We also did that as well, so we can have like tables and chairs for people to have like a sit-down dinner with us. Then we did confirm the engagement party head count. On the engagement party invites, I said, please RSVP by this date. And on that date, if I had not heard from them, we did follow up with everyone so that we did have the total head count. There's one person that we're waiting on, and we can't really pressure him to confirm yet because he has some family things going on. But other than that, we literally know the exact number of people who are going to be attending, which is in a good place to be. Next was to figure out engagement party decor. I really don't need to do too much decor for the engagement party because we are going to be in an outdoor garden venue, and it's very beautiful on its own organically. But I did want to have some florals on the table, so I did figure that out. And then last, which is the only thing we did not figure out, was the engagement party games. I'm not really good. I love hosting. I'm not very good at figuring out the games for people to play. I've always given that responsibility to whoever my co-host is, and honestly, I think I'm gonna have to do that again. I think I'm gonna, well, my friend, she's not gonna be a co-host, she's gonna be a guest, but she's really good at figuring out games for entertainment for parties, and so I think I might ask her to help me with that because I somehow just kind of get roadblocked. There's things that I'm really good at, and like I know what I'm not really good at, and that is one of them. So overall, there were 13 goals in the month of April. I completed 10 of them, which means essentially I got an 80%, which isn't bad. In the world of graduate school, that is technically a B, which I'm in grad school, so I will take it. So let's move into the month of May. I was really into the color lavender for April because Bridgerton came out and there was so much lavender, and now I'm feeling pink for May, so we are keeping the same categories. So starting with health and wellness, I want to go to Orange Theory twice a week. That is the package that I purchased through Orange Theory, is essentially 8 classes a month, so 2 workouts a week. And if you don't use all 8 classes, they do not carry over into the next month. So there is definitely an incentive to make sure that you go to all 8. Getting a membership is cheaper than buying each individual class. So yeah, we're gonna make sure that we hit that goal because financially it's expensive if you don't. And then I'm keeping the same goal of losing 1 pound a week now that I am like healthy and I have a workout plan ahead of me. I have high hopes for myself in being able to accomplish this goal this month, especially because I do have my engagement photos at the end of this month. I want to just feel overall better, and I think, you know, going to the gym and eating better will make me feel that way. So then personal and professional, instead of reading 10 pages a day, I changed the goal to finish 1 book. I'm currently reading The Life of Addie LaRue, which has been on Book Talk. My friends at book club have read it. Everyone's really liked it. I'm 100 pages in and I am not feeling it. I don't know why. I don't know if I need to give it like more time. I don't know what to do, but yeah, I'm not feeling the book. Let me go grab it. So this is the book, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. As you can see, not really read that much. I finished The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo at the beginning of April. I loved that book, you guys. I read that book in like 48 hours. It was so good, and I just had such high expectations for this book because so many people have recommended it, and it just doesn't. I don't know if it's because I read it after The 7 Husbands or like what it is, but anyways, my goal is to finish this book in the month of April, which I think is totally doable because I am done with grad school classes in the beginning of May. I am done with grad school classes in the middle of May, so I will have more time to read at that point. The last one is to upload 2 videos a week on YouTube, which I think is totally doable. All right, moving into financial goals. I only have one financial goal this month, which is to save $1,800 for the wedding. Essentially, each pay period, Trey and I both contribute $450 from the paycheck to the wedding, and we couldn't do that last month because of all the reasons that I've already mentioned. So we want to make sure that we are doing that this month. So that is the goal. And to get back on track with saving for the wedding, like obviously it's very important to us. I'm going to be making more videos on the wedding budget and the wedding planning and all that sort of stuff, so be sure to subscribe if you want to watch that video. So once again, wedding planning goals are the longest list by far on this goal sheet. First is to book entertainment. As I previously mentioned, we have narrowed it down to 3, so we need to pick one and go ahead and book them. We also need to book florals. Now this one's a little bit farther along because I've essentially picked the florist. We are just fine-tuning the contract and what I want. Now, after I sign the contract, we can still adjust it, which is great because I think there are probably things that I'm not thinking about or maybe things that I want to add. But at least the baseline, which is like my bouquet, my bridesmaid's bouquet, what kind of decor we're gonna have on the table, are we gonna have a hanging light fixture, like all of those things I want to at least have in the baseline. So I want to go ahead and book that this month. Next, I want to ask my bridal party. So Trey has essentially already asked all of his groomsmen. I have not done so. I'm hosting a picnic in the middle of May to ask them. So I'm very excited to have that because I feel like in my head, I've sort of already given some of my friends like bridesmaid things to do without actually asking them to be a bridesmaid. So I'm really excited to do that and kind of move that along and then essentially like have that moment with them. I've been really excited to ask my friends to be my bridesmaids and to have that experience, and I think I've curated something that is really thoughtful and it's going to be something that is a great memory to have with them. So I'm just really excited to do it. So that will be happening this month. Next is start dress shopping. Oh my gosh, you guys, if you guys have my wedding planner, which I have for sale on Etsy, it is now time to start dress shopping, which is kind of like nerve-wracking because I can go into a whole new video about this, about dress shopping, but like I didn't realize that certain bridal shops don't carry everything from the designer, and there's a very specific designer that I want to like try on, and it's just been a thing. So I'm going to start dress shopping. I already have one appointment booked for sure. I'm going to make probably a second appointment as well coming up, so start dress shopping and finding the dress. Next is the finalize the engagement party food. I honestly have not given this any thought whatsoever, so I really need to think about that and figure out what like we want to eat, if there's any allergies, that sort of thing. Then we need to finalize details for the engagement photo shoot. The engagement photo shoot has honestly been a pain in my butt. So I'm really excited to do it. I'm really excited to have these photos with Trey. But our concepts, if you guys watch my vlogs, I went through 3 different concepts before we finally settled on a 4th concept. Not because like I hated the other concepts, I loved the other concepts, but they were logistically very challenging. And you either needed to know someone or be willing to pay a lot of money. So what we have decided to do is take photos at the monuments in DC, which is a very like classic engagement photo thing to do. Like if you live in DC and you're getting married, you will probably take photos either at the monuments or in the Library of Congress or something like that. So now that we've decided the concept, I need to actually figure out what outfits I'm going to wear. It needs to be early in the morning because of the crowd. So like, am I going to be able to get a makeup artist that early? I need to figure out all those details. So that is the last thing I need to do. My camera's about to die, so I'm gonna wrap up this video. But those are my goals for the month of May. I hope you enjoyed them. Let me know in the comment section below what your goals are for the month of May. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys in another one. Bye.